Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our final series of the night here at SSL Challenge. It's going to be ByuN versus Bunny. I was told earlier.
ByuN.
Yeah, I was not allowed to call it ByuN, but that's what it's now called, guys. So just get with the program. Much like you should also get with the program of our fantabulous attire. I heard lots of fabulous comments from everybody in chat and on Twitter. It's just said they really appreciated how high my socks were. They actually requested, and I'm going to...
Should go higher.
Yeah, just need to go a little bit higher. There we go. I feel like it's the perfect ratio of leg to sock. I
don't know, man. Next time I'm coming in with tights.
Oh, boy. We got to have them cross-gartered, too. It's going to be real classical literature in here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what other stuff we can come up with. We'll surprise you guys next week.
This is what we work on. When we have the choice to prepare for cast or pick out really high socks, like you just... I mean, I feel like we've really made the correct choice in that regard, Valdez.
We're adding a lot of value to the broadcast.
This is true. This is value added. We are enriching our careers.
Yeah. I think you need to wear some different shoes next time, though.
Oh, I was actually going to buy flip-flops, and we were going to get you socks, too, but we didn't quite have time for that today.
Yeah.
So something to look forward to for next week, guys. We're just really leveling up our game every step of the way. That's what we're doing.
There you go. Yeah. So we do have some StarCraft to go in.
StarCraft?
TVT.
What's that, Valdez?
I don't really know, actually.
Okay, well, it's
why am I here?
It's a game where I actually played this game a lot in like summer camp.
Yeah.
Where you cut out like a colored star, and then you like you paste
StarCraft.
You paste different things on each one of the points.
Getting really meta.
Yeah, that was maybe when I was like 6 or something, but it was still pretty fun back then. It's still pretty fun now.
Yeah. You and Wolf talk about your stories of summer camp. I never went to like the traditional summer camp.
Man, summer camp
the
was
only
the bomb.
camp I had was like hockey camp.
Hockey camp.
Because it's the off season, right? In the summer.
But aren't you supposed to have camps during the summer and hockey is played on ice? So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, still ice rinks can make ice and keep it cool.
But it's so hot outside.
Doesn't matter. You just have to work harder to keep it cool, which is fine.
Did you ever play roller hockey?
I didn't.
Street hockey was the best.
Street hockey was
just like the most badass sport to me as a kid. I used to see people playing it, and then I used to see like the after effects of what happened when they didn't use protective equipment and played it, and that just never looked very good. So.
How about tackle football on concrete?
Wasn't that what's the name of the hockey protagonist in what is it? Mighty or not Mighty Ducks, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
What? There was a hockey guy in that?
Yeah, he uses a hockey stick.
Oh, Harvey?
His name was, I don't know.
I think you're mixing that up with the Hurricane.
Something Jones, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, somebody else knows that.
Something like that.
Alex, right?
Maybe.
Alex Jones?
Probably named Chad or something.
I just triggered so many people out there. Yeah, memes aside, though, we should be getting ready for our game, and that's mostly optimism on my part, because if we had to fill for twice as much time, I don't really know. We're never quite sure what our Korean commentators are up to.
It's really up to them.
Yeah, every once in a while I'll try to like crane my neck up there and see what's going on, but
there's a big wall in the way.
Yeah. There's this thing called a floor to the second floor that I can't quite see through.
It's unfortunate.
The struggles of being a caster here.
It's weird that we call the second floor when we're actually underground.
What if we just call it the first ceiling instead?
That's B1 and this is B2, right?
We should just call it the first ceiling.
Also, what's also weird is that we have elevators, and this floor is called B1 in the building. Shouldn't that be B1 and this is B2?
Yeah, but then people start making jokes about bananas.
What? Why would they make jokes about bananas? What do you mean?
Did you really never watch Bananas in Pajamas?
No. What? Bananas in Pajamas?
B1 and B... Oh, my God. What a stark, ravaged childhood you must have lived.
I watched stuff like Rocket Power and SpongeBob.
Oh, you were a Nickelodeon kid.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. These are truly the lowest tier of cartoon kid lifestyles.
SpongeBob is like... There's an entire Reddit, like subreddit, built off of SpongeBob memes.
Yeah, well, there's also one for actually good cartoons.
Like Bananas in Pajamas.
Oh, well, it's not a cartoon, but actually, they did have a cartoon. They did have a cartoon. There was a live action version.
Do they put actual bananas in pajamas?
They did real bananas.
That's weird.
No, I'm
what
just kidding,
was the? Oh, okay. I was getting my hopes up.
I don't even have to explain what the show is about to know that it's better than all that.
Was the outside of the banana on the banana, or was it a naked banana?
It was. Well, it was half on, half off.
Oh, okay.
Because you have to you peel it off to get to the face, right?
Okay, I see, yeah.
I'm just making all this stuff up. It was fantastic, but not as fantastic as the games awaiting us today.
Or the viewers.
The viewers, that's right. The true winners of today are the viewers, who might as well be cartoons because we can't see any of you.
They basically don't exist.
And there's a number on the screen, man. A number that can write terrible comments to us in chat.
Yeah, I think we were having this discussion before about like robots taking over jobs and stuff,
and how we wouldn't know because there's just a number on the screen.
Yeah, will eventually will bots get so good that they can actually chat, and like AI will get so good that there will actually be a bunch of bots in every chat that are there specifically to make the chat a certain way. You know what I mean?
So I think we call
think about that.
Those sock puppets.
Sock puppets.
Yeah, they're accounts that are made to specifically direct conversation in one direction or another.
Yeah.
They would just be like bot sock puppets.
Bot sock puppets.
I could just
you buy them and it's like, I want my chat to be funny or memey, or I want my chat to be specifically about StarCraft.
AstroTurf it to Kingdom Come, man.
Like people will be talking about whatever they're talking about nowadays in the Twitch chat. And instead, some random guy would show up, and you would think he's real, but he's actually like, I think Bunny's play tonight is really fantastic. What do you guys think?
It was Casey Jones, by the way.
Okay.
Just wanted to throw that in there. I had to bring things full circle. Before we get into this game, Valdez, on your screen you can see Bunny, who is undefeated, as he should be. A fantastic SSL season for this young man. His opponent has also had a fantastic season, not just in SSL, but in just about every tournament. Unfortunately, earlier on today, we're going to change this scene in a second, and eventually everything that I'm saying about ByuN will be appropriate. But we should talk about Bunny maybe a little bit more. He's got cute ears. He does that little hop thing. He never says anything unless... what is the thing that Thumper says? Never say...
Who's Thumper?
Oh my god.
You mean from Twisted Metal?
Okay, we're talking about ByuN now, so I can forget about...
No, let's talk about rockets.
What?
Rockets. Look, see? It says rockets.
Oh, yeah. Rockets with a Z. Man, ByuN has all the most stylish clothing. He hangs out at all the most popular places.
He shops at the same place as Wolf.
With all the freshest dudes. Yeah. That's where he hangs out.
You guys don't know, but, Wolf has a bunch of shirts that just have, bad English on them. That's the only way to really describe it.
There's good English and better English, Valdez.
That's true.
We clearly know which category this is in, so...
Definitely has got better English. Spelled with 1 T and 2 R's, of course.
This'll Reef, Whirlwind, Odyssey, Ascension, Iron, Frost are our maps. No surprise to see Frost and Whirlwind in TVT. I feel like kind of the go-to for a lot of these guys.
Yeah, I like their bigger maps. Predictions, Rapid. You think Bunny's going to take a game?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a little bit later, and I think maybe that affects players' conditions, especially like ByuN, who just had to give 110% earlier in his games versus Innovation. We got the SSL
Man, the SSL
Mosquito.
Challenge Mosquito is hanging around.
No, he was right up close, all getting up in my grill.
Yeah.
Had to push him off a little bit.
He's really big, too.
He's sticking around,
growing.
Yeah. By the day.
Yeah. That's nice. I wonder what the lifespan of a mosquito is.
What's actually immortal? We fuel our mosquitoes with the power of esports here at the SSL, so it lives as long as you all believe in the collective concept.
There's definitely someone that wrote a thesis one time on the decreasing lifespan of mosquitoes as the stuff that they spray in the air and people just killing them, and the decline of rainforests, all this stuff. Someone definitely did research. Can we just take a moment and say that we're very thankful that we're not that guy, right? I mean, no offense to that guy. I'm sure, like, you know, he enjoys. There's a reason why he's writing that thesis. But like, our lives are about video games and like talking about them and playing them and, you know, watching them for you guys out there. I think we have pretty interesting lives in that.
You're doing that thing that animals incapable of climbing do to like fruit trees, where they just reach really far for something they want.
Am I reaching? What?
That's just not there, man.
What do you mean?
Mosquito researchers?
Yeah, there's definitely like someone who's done research on that.
Probably.
Because, you know, like the theses. Really?
Yeah.
You would actually. Oh, it's not. I was gonna say, like, you would actually know that.
No, I really wouldn't.
Mr. Encyclopedia.
I just pretend to be an encyclopedia.
Yeah. You're actually like checking your phone down here.
Oh yeah.
As we're doing this, like, it's actually.
I just close my eyes and.
But you know, they get like
the answers on the inside of my eyelids.
They get like really specific, you know, like the decline of rainforests in Brazil or something, you know.
We're gonna have to talk about the decline of people that want to listen to Valdez talk about white paper here in a second.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is why though we have video games to talk about.
We also have like an
inordinate
amount of time to talk about them. I don't know if they just like had a really big point to make up.
The broadcast is going really fast,
so
they're like
really excited to find out what they were talking about this entire time.
Let's just BS for 15 minutes.
Let's see how people are doing.
Never mind.
See, as soon as I said it, I knew it. As soon as I get into the groove, we have to talk about StarCraft again, man. But I'm actually really excited for this matchup. ByuN versus ByuN, who will triumph and lose their undefeated streak in Stage 2 of Season 2 of the SSL.
You were talking about how it's pretty late here, how ByuN had to play today. He looks really tired and even a bit sick, whereas ByuN looks very, very focused, ready to go hopping up and down in his chair.
Just like his Marines, he is jacked up and good to go. And here is our Red Terran player, ByuN, of whom we have spake.
Spake, yeah.
The old
down here
past tense.
In the bottom right, this is ByuN, a.k.a. Rockets.
He's got the Rockets power.
Rockets power.
Oh, boy. It's ByuN's Nickelodeon show.
Rockets
boy.
Power.
Well,
look at him. He looks like he's about to fall asleep.
He is, yeah, he's hanging in there.
He definitely didn't take his nap that he
I was
usually
gonna say,
does.
so ByuN actually lives in the area, so he could definitely go home from GSL, pass out, and then come back. But maybe you don't want to make yourself groggy before your games or risk oversleeping and missing a match. So does have to, you know, show up and show good games for all of his fans who are cheering for him. Or, and this is a chicken or the egg question, is it the cheering of the fans that causes players to show good games? Which does the other?
Thinking about that, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of both. Right?
Is it? But you can't have a little bit of both.
The cheering of the fans, they pump you up, they make you want to practice, but also you had to practice to get the fans to cheer for you in the first place. Yeah.
Well, I would like to
think
think that it all happens simultaneously in a continuous cycle without, you know, discrete breakdowns.
I think you would be right.
That's my optimism kicking in. No proxies in a TVT, Valdez? What are we watching? In SSL? In 2017? LOL!
I know.
But not the new LOL, the old LOL, which apparently you have to put an exclamation mark in front of it to get.
Wait, what?
You know they changed, they did that just today. They changed LOL.
Did they really?
Yeah.
What?
It's now completely inferior. If you guys think new LOL is better than old LOL, then get out.
I gotta.
No, look in chat. I'm sure
I gotta get the chat open.
Sure they will illustrate it for you very helpfully. Look at that. That LOL beard is about as good as my attempt at a LOL beard on this
what
cast.
The hell?
Exactly. Is that not sacrilege to everything we know and hold dear? There's StarCraft here, guys. They're expanding and stuff, so...
That's unfortunate.
Actually, ByuN's not expanding. He's one base in it, so we'll get a chance to talk about that in a second as soon as Valdez Worlds comes crashing down.
Someone in the chat thought I was you. That's interesting.
Wow.
He's like, hi, Rapid.
Well,
Rapid wasn't the one looking at the chat.
Maybe that's because
it was the other guy that's casting. No one really knows his name, but...
Other guy.
Yeah. Rapid and other guy here.
Rapid and left guy. Wait, I guess you're right guy. I'm left guy.
I'm left guy on the broadcast, on the stream.
Okay.
Nice grenades there.
Yeah.
ByuN actually saves his Reaper. Gets that back. This is going to be real Banshees with real Cloak. None of this fake TVZ BS.
Yeah, in the midst of all this, Bunny actually just fit in 400 minerals for a command center. That's already 550 with it being morphed into an orbital. So I think Bunny should be just kind of okay. I mean, just look at the early trades, and ByuN did take the more favorable one there, but he's back in his own base. Does not want to let that Reaper get too good a scout. He's got the Wiggly Cyclone to push it back.
Oh boy.
Unlucky.
Unfortunate.
The life of a Reaper is not a great one. Also because you're a criminal that is then put inside a rocket suit, but also because sometimes you explode when you run into flamethrowing hellions.
Yeah, unfortunate life to live for sure.
It's a struggle.
We got this Banshee coming out. It will have Cloak by the time it gets over there. Or it's
Yeah.
going to be pretty close.
I was going to say, you know what Bunny will have is a Scan and a Viking.
2 missile turrets, apparently.
Yep. Surprise! He knows exactly what you're doing. So this will not actually be that successful, and only just now. Okay. Golf
Nicely
clap
done.
for the one SCV killed. Just finally had to Cloak to save himself from the Viking. And actually, more often than not, we see Banshees be like cloak magnets. They basically force your opponent to throw away a mule and deny them that economy. But I don't know. ByuN's command center or natural expansion was very, very slow. So this third command center is his way of trying to catch up. I don't know if that's really the way, but it'll be up to Bunny to come out and punish him.
See what he can do here. ByuN still keeping on the pressure. Does have this Reaper coming in. Looking for a bit of a scout. Is going to see everything that he already knew existed. We saw ByuN's crazy micro with his Cyclones before.
Look at him go! He's actually going to kill that if they had chosen to fight, but once again, the crazy micro.
The Raven, though, on the chase. Oh
my
so close.
How does he know? It's so good.
This is less than good, though.
Yes, slightly less.
I think he killed a couple of Marines at least. Fortunate.
There we go.
Thanks.
There's my applause.
We don't have any audience here, so
every time
Rapid's going to do the audience reactions.
Sometimes you just need to encourage Banshee pilots of the future that their future might look a little bit better than those 2 Banshees. He just can't make any more Banshees because the pilots refuse to fly.
Look
like no,
these SCVs.
They're getting out there to really repair up those Cyclones.
They're really good workers. They got out there really early. They prepared. They discussed. They had a meeting about how they were going to repair those 2 Cyclones. They got to work, all 5 or 6 of them.
Work. That's what they're doing. Bunny is going to come out of his base finally with this double Raven push. I think both of those have enough energy for an auto turret, or just barely.
Yeah.
But it's actually a lot of units on the ground for ByuN, and they will meet into each other where there's auto turrets. He needs to throw them down on the tank. He's going to run his Viking into the, I think it was Marines that took it out, and ByuN just steamrolls everything.
Turns out that 2 Vikings is better than 1. And also, the tanks got pretty much no value because they siege really late. Both of these Ravens are going to go down. And even with that kind of rough start for ByuN, he totally crushed that fight, and now he has what I like to call the position. He's assumed the position here.
He has indeed. On Abyssal Reef, there are quite a few positions, all of which are great to assume. This is one of them, and that is a very strong one to be in, for sure.
Nice lock on, bro.
That's not the position. You assume
that's
that
not the one.
position, you get destroyed.
Don't use that one, guys.
No.
Do not recommend.
Or the one that Viking was in. Vision control or air control, I guess, are kind of synonymous. Very important when you are assuming this kind of a position. Oh wow, that poor Marine was trying to come get some of that value, but was unable to take out the tank. Scan there from ByuN just to make sure that those mineral patches are being denied for just a few seconds longer. But with a very high Viking count in the air, Bunny should be able to eventually push ByuN out.
ByuN is like value king right now. He's like going to the 99-cent store.
Yeah, it sounds like a dollar store.
Like, yeah, I mean, this is just incredible. The amount of value he's getting with all of his units. Like, those 2 Cyclones are still alive. They came back. The tanks are really close to dying. They're getting so much value there. He backs up, keeps them alive. Where are those SCVs, though? Those hard-working ones.
I was expecting ByuN to send like 5 SCVs across the map and repair the damage tanks. There's value to be had out there somewhere. But where? Nice siege tanks, get a couple of nice hits off, but man, there's actually just very little in the air here for ByuN. Whereas on the other side, Bunny has Vikings in the air, Vikings on the ground, Liberators that are going to force ByuN's tanks to siege and unsiege. Decent hits though.
What if tanks could be upgraded to attack air?
How would that even work though? Like the chance that a tank shell is going to hit a unit in the air is just probably fairly low. But here we go. Vikings is an insufficient number in the air to kill off the Liberator. And of course lands them because he does have fewer. But I love the Cyclone harass.
Going on
what
here?
Is
he going to win this fight? Is he going to win this fight?
Oh my God, Valdez, what are we watching?
He died, but he won the fight. That's really all that matters.
Harass Cyclone. That's what I like to see in my games.
I think ByuN has to eventually move back here. He's really trying to make that work.
ByuN sensed weakness, and now is coming back for round 2. And actually, there's not a lot to defend this for Bunny. Nice siege up on the tank. The Marines, or the SCVs clumped helplessly in the corner. And actually, the same on the other side being attempted by Bunny. His is just a whole lot less successful.
That was the most unfortunate drop I've ever seen.
I've seen some pretty unfortunate drops, but for this game, sure, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Now ByuN comes back in for yet another drop, and yet another drop, and another one, and another one, and he's setting up with a double drop in the natural, a single drop in the main, and more SCVs keep falling.
19 in total now. This is going to be pushed back, at least. Bunny finally taking control of his base at the end of it all, but ByuN sits 30 supply ahead with that earlier third base as well. You guys can see the losses in the bottom right. Bunny not looking all too good.
Yes, this is a classic case of more losses versus less losses, Valdez.
Less losses.
Yes. In fact, in general, I find that having less losses is better than no losses. But oh, look at ByuN. He's got a sick angle on all those Vikings. Sure, there's tanks sieged up on the side, but ByuN's Marines get a massive sandwich on Bunny's army.
Yeah, cool position too with the tanks. 3 on the left, 2 on the right. Good spread. And Bunny really just desperately trying to find an angle here. He's coming into the third base. How will ByuN react to this? He's going to start by canceling that base.
Yeah, and this is actually a really nice move here by Bunny. He has found an opportunity to catch ByuN where his tanks are not sieged. In fact, ByuN actually might lose everything or nothing. In fact, it's erring on the side of everything. Liberators in the air, taking everything out, or not taking everything out. ByuN wins in the end. Wow.
Bunny knew that was his one chance. Looks like ByuN is sick rather than just tired as he rubs his nose. But yeah, he looked pretty sick in that game as well, as non-stop harass.
Well said, Valdez.
Looking good.
He did look pretty sick.
Sick city down here in SSL Challenge.
I was worried for a little bit after that Banshee opener on one base didn't do a whole lot of damage. I'm like, we just is one base behind, but then he built 2 command centers simultaneously. Didn't really get punished and kind of had the lead there. Some signature ByuN micro even being showcased. Good day.
He did it last week. He did it this week. I think chances are good that he'll do it next week as well, and perhaps even the week after that.
Wouldn't be a bit surprised.
Yeah. This might be just a quick day we have today.
Yeah, well,
we're filling all of that time that's supposed to be games out of game, just talking about random stuff like mosquito research.
That's right.
I wonder what the Koreans are talking about. What if we did a joint stream one time? I'm just coming up with all these great ideas today, Rapid. Don't you agree?
I've noticed if I didn't have you here as our great idea machine, I'd have nothing to counteract my terrible ideas.
It's true. Well, I think a great idea is to jump into game number 2 with Bunny versus Rockets on the right there. Let's do it.
Eventually we'll have Jin airplanes with rockets on them. Then we'll just really be able to get out there. This is our red Terran player in the red as the Terran player. It's Bunny.
And his opponent down in the bottom left, this is ByuN.
But you didn't tell the viewers which color he was. Or which race he was.
He's blue and Terran.
Okay, wow. Whew, there were so many confused people out there for a second.
Yeah. I'm glad you caught that.
No,
People almost missed.
I'm just thinking about the viewers, Valdez. We have to tell them everything when we start a game. Otherwise, how will they know? It's a mystery.
SCV. What do you... Okay, there we go. Double racks here for both of these players on Whirlwind. And will it be just 2? Probably will just be 2.
What is it with players going for sneaky strats on giant maps? Last time it was Frost in our first game. Here it's Whirlwind in our second. Thankfully, these the nature of TVT is such that you don't have overlords and have to worker scout, so they will get to their opponent's base much more quickly. Or will they?
Well,
I thought ByuN was just going to head straight across the map, but no, he takes a right angle at the watchtower and now is going to scout the upper right or left position first.
Yeah. Got a little X on the screen right now on the mini map.
Man, you must have terrible handwriting, Valdez. That is not what my X's look like.
Yeah, looks like a squid that lost a bunch of its legs. Only has 4. Now it's mutating to something weirder.
Sure. Yeah. You're pretty enough that I'll agree with you, Valdez.
Thanks. Well, Double Reaper is the strat here. Both of these guys doing the exact same thing. And so it's just going to be Reaper versus Reaper. I think the main thing that might happen is one of the players gets out of position with the Reapers, and then it goes into like crazy mode where Reaper versus SCV is happening on both sides of the map.
Oh, here we go. 2 versus 1, and that sad Reaper off to the back, not getting a chance to play Reaper ball. And as is, wow, Bunny just destroying ByuN's Reapers. He's going to make it across the map with a 2-to-1 advantage.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for ByuN. Just getting caught off guard there on move command, and, well, we've seen games end in sillier ways than this, but this is a pretty silly one. I don't think he's going to lose the game, but definitely will take a pretty significant disadvantage here. Nice micro by Bunny, unfortunately.
Double bounce on those Marines. Ooh. Just so much damage. Even though it's less than before, the damage are the shots that come in the air while the Marine is unable to fire in the jump animation. So I don't know, Valdez. We're seeing the pressure start to mount. Marines come out with SCVs, but it's just nothing compared to 3 Reapers.
Yeah, 3 Reapers. Bunny doing that sick damage. You can see ByuN is just like at a loss for what to do at this point. When you're doing the same build as your opponent and you're the same race and you lose the fight that hard, you are going to get really far behind, and that means he has to cancel his entire CC even to start building it in the main.
Yeah, if I recall correctly, we saw a very similar build in his games versus Innovation, where sometimes if you just have that one extra early unit, things can go terribly wrong. I think we just saw it right there. ByuN gets caught out in the middle of the map, and all of a sudden, he's forced to cancel his command center, whereas on the other side, Bunny is just ready to go. He's got the command center built on position in the natural. I think it's already morphed to an orbital.
Yeah, he's looking good. Definitely looking to make this series look pretty good. I think did you say that Bunny would take, or that ByuN would take this 3-1, or did you not give a score prediction?
I definitely did not predict this series. I would say that, especially after our first series, there are no good predictions here tonight. Anything can happen. Sue going 0-3 to Impact. What is this world we live on? Now watch Bunny like 0-3 ByuN, or 3-0 ByuN, and you're like, oh, wow, well, I guess anybody can just win every game. Put me in the booth. I've got a chance now.
Put me in the booth, coach. One time we should have casters versus players.
Where the players...
See how that goes.
Oh.
The players have to off-race, and they have to play with their left hand.
I don't know, man.
I think we have a chance in that case.
You and your eternal sense of optimism, Valdez. I tell you, this guy... We should have a casters play and players cast. That's always pretty fun.
Yeah.
Actually happened at Home Story Cup. I think somebody couldn't make it, so Rotterdam got a chance to play. Watched his 6 series versus Gumiho while the players were casting, the casters playing. And cool. I think we all get an opportunity to understand why things are the way they are.
Got a couple of drops coming over into the main.
He's chasing the Reapers.
That's not where you want to be right now, ByuN. You need to focus on defending your main right now.
These are our SSL challenge noises we got to make right now.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, lots of oohs and ahs, but not the ooh-ah feel. ByuN is not in a great spot. Finally, he will just barely come back to clean things up and picks up 1 medevac, but it was empty. 10 SCVs and damage being done.
11 and 12 now as the Reapers sneak in and do a little bit of extra chip damage, rather.
How poetic is this that ByuN is taking all this extra damage to Reapers? And yeah, just look, you can see the resources lost there. Just, man, this is just Bunny's game.
Yeah, he's looking really good. In terms of predictions, I was actually thinking ByuN would take this 3-0, but doesn't seem like it's the case here. Bunny is fighting back.
Hard to predict with ByuN because he is such an emotional player. If something just goes terribly wrong, then it can really signal the tilt machine starting to roll. So in the meantime, I mean, back at home, Bunny, I think, has just really done everything correctly. He's got a 3rd command center on the way. Does have superior upgrades as well, and that's really going to be the advantage that you want. It's like every Marine is just more and more valuable, and yeah, you can see even just targeting down the SCV. He knows the weakness that ByuN has right now in his economy, and he's just going to hammer it home.
Bunny says if it works once, can try it again. But unfortunately is not going to try to scout these.
Drop shifts.
And Bunny is going to drop out first, so you will have the massive advantage. Even the tanks here are not going to save him. That 1 medevac with the tank and it goes down. And oh boy, Bunny is crushing this nerd in game 2.
My God.
GG. That's just going to do it. He's like, nah, I've had enough. Let's go on to the next one.
Sacre bleu, what a game. Indeed, Valdez.
He looks really sick, actually. Hope he's okay. He's got like the red eyes going on and
he doesn't have
stuffy nose.
Doesn't have a tummy ache. He has no, it doesn't work. Never mind.
Wow!
Every once in a while, you just think of things. You ever have those moments where your mouth comes up with something to say and your brain doesn't check it first, and so it just gets out there? Yeah, that's literally our job casting. But every once in a while, the brain gets to block the door, and it can hold it against the things that I want to say. So I think we can all be a little bit more thankful that some things are left unsaid. So let's go ahead and get into game number 3. It is a more even series, and man, I gotta say, Bunny just looked absolutely fantastic, getting the early advantage and then hammering it home later on. ByuN, maybe a little bit more than he bargained for in this matchup.
Here we go, Odyssey for game number 3. Fly Better Fly. And down here in the bottom right, this is Bunny in the blue chair, but he is the red Terran.
And as the blue Terran player in the red chair, this is ByuN. It is pretty late here, guys. It's about 12:30 at night.
We're going into the night, as it should be here for SSL Challenge. Again, Odyssey, one of these bigger 2-player maps. No overgrowth in any of our series that we're having tonight.
Wow, it's just a no overgrowth kind of day. We called the SC2 gardeners and got them to clear out all the vegetation. No overgrowth allowed.
Whoa.
Whoa, sorry.
Rabbit, you okay over there?
Wow, that was a transcendental experience, man. I just got to really think about my existential issues there for a second. Wow, that was like the loudest sneeze I've ever had. It's just all the builds getting up in my sinuses, man.
Yeah.
All that goodness.
Are they? These 2 players aren't going to go for double racks this time around, as Factory is started here for ByuN, and Bunny is looking to expand, it looks like. with this SCV, just scouting for a proxy first, and then did come back and make the CC. So ByuN doing his tech build. Maybe he's going to go with what he did in game number 1, perhaps. Pop out some Banshees. Does have the double gas already. It is looking like that will be the build.
What's your favorite TVT build, Valdez?
I'm a fan of Banshees, actually.
I
like what Banshees are made. Yeah.
I actually like doing not the quite the Hellion style you see as a TVZ opener, but I do like going Reaper into, I think, maybe defensive Cyclones and then Cloak Banshees behind that. You don't necessarily have to do it as like the 1-1-1 and skip the command center, but it certainly seems like with these early command centers, especially the low ground varieties, they've been a little bit more vulnerable today than we've seen them in the past. So no surprise that on the other side, ByuN does not have a low ground command center at his natural.
Yeah, does have that starport on the way. He's going to be looking for more damage than he got done in game number 1. Did force a couple of missile turrets and a couple of scans, which is nice, but definitely wants to do that critical damage in the main against the SCVs. There's the Cloak on the way with the first Banshee.
Yeah. Now, I guess in this series, it has not been a good one to be a Banshee pilot. I was joking about ByuN not being able to build them because the pilots go on strike. They see what happens to their friends, and it's just not a pretty sight. But maybe this time around it will be the correct strat. However, I mean, but ByuN's not being sitting idle while he waits for the Banshees to come out. He's across the map. He's putting on pressure, and wow, the command center already down to half HP.
It's funny how that works. At the end of the day, he sticks around to actually take the trade. That's not one that you're going to make work. Looks like the SCV was actually interrupted, or rather killed, I should say, and interrupted the building. So definitely going to be relying on this Banshee to do some damage. This time he doesn't have the scalp, but he does have the engineering bay. Question is, will it be up in time to make turrets? Looks like perhaps just barely.
Yeah, I think it should actually be fine. It's not even going to have a cloak for a few more seconds. And there it goes. All right. So, wow, this turret, oh my god, is that just barely not going to finish? He does actually fly it maybe a little bit too close to the sun, but he
that
flies
scan, though.
That scan was in a terrible position. Wow. Okay, great job there. ByuN gets 2 scans for 1 Banshee. I guess you can call that like a scan-shee. It's just in there to get the scans and get out the other side.
Yeah.
Hey, it's 2 mules where you will not be getting that value. And behind this, ByuN does have a relatively scary force coming out across the map.
Yeah. Did also get 3 SCVs in that, so just adding extra value. He is behind on workers because he got the later second command center out on the map. This Reaper is going to pay for it. Nice preparation there by ByuN. He has units in position. And a bunker is on the way. Liking the defensive play so far in the series from ByuN.
Gonna try to force that lock on, then cancel it with Cloak. Beautiful play there by ByuN as he does press forward. He'll take out the bunker. Where's the scan to stop this Banshee from dealing the damage? Not needed as the Raven does finally come out. That'll be enough to push ByuN back. No way you can hit that pass from there.
That's so cute.
Serious?
That's actually really cute.
Wow.
Just go over there, pick off 2 SCVs.
I've never actually seen that in a professional game.
Yeah, neither had I. 3rd command center on the way. Doesn't look like ByuN is being as aggressive with his expansion. He's actually just making a bunch of units right now. Not adding any more production facilities, but definitely is going to get that 3rd CC a bit later compared to ByuN. Respecting the aggression.
Gotta put some respect on that aggression. Now, this might be a little bit of an overextension here by ByuN. Sees 2 Cyclones versus 3 Cyclones. That's when you really have to get out your thinking emojis and kind of wonder how that math works out. So he brought some friends with him this time, and now it's ByuN's turn to run across the map.
Yeah. It's kind of funny. It's like the Cyclones got the intel, and then they go back. They're like, okay.
He turns around to drop the auto turrets because he knows he's going to lose the Raven. His auto turrets actually do get a lot of damage done. ByuN, though, just has a vastly inferior army, especially with those landed Vikings, and ByuN rolls over him.
Yeah, that was a stomp of a fight.
Well,
Bunny looking really good so far in the series. This could be another one of our upsets. I mean, this guy is already 2-0. And if he defeats ByuN, he's actually a guy who could compete for that first place spot. And so here we go. The attack coming on in. The SCVs are going to be pulled. But Bunny with a really nice position here with his tanks.
You hear that sound, Valdez? It's the sound of 1,000 liquid bets being wrong. We might just see ByuN go down in this series. Bunny's just kind of got his number. The decision by ByuN to push out, okay, sure, you had that 3 versus 2 Cyclones, but then do you keep pushing? It's like, do you not know there's an army behind that? Then he has to run all the way across the map, loses his Raven, takes a bad trade, and now he's going to have to try to fight his way back. That's not how.
Yeah, well, he's trying. He's doing whatever he can.
Oh, Bunny was trying all right.
Yeah, Bunny with all this map control, he gets to put down that CC on location. Always a good feeling.
I love what Bunny's doing behind this. He's not just committing to these huge parade of units out across the map. There are a couple funneling in, but command centers, infrastructure, like all those barracks being constructed, is really, really do love this from Bunny. Yeah. I mean, ByuN's got extra barracks coming up too, and the 1-1 on the way, about to complete. So at least that will be a nice advantage that he has, but he's going to have to retake his own base first.
That position with the tanks was a little bit optimistic for Bunny, but in the end it works out because he has massive air control as it stands right now. Liking this counterattack in TVT.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, that's some hashtag value right there. 2 for nothing. A nice trade, but I mean, leaving just these grounded shields. Vikings going to get a lot of damage done.
Combat shields denied as the tech lab is sniped, so say goodbye to that upgrade for quite a while here.
Man, this is just such a well-entrenched position that Bunny has gotten himself into. Now, ByuN did push out across the map, deny reinforcements, take out a bunch, and now he's returning, but he will have to control this very, very well to rout Bunny away from his base.
To roust him.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Roust, rout, and roust. There we go.
Coming in from behind, that is going to be good for ByuN as he finally cleans up this push. I like how Bunny was using the Vikings exactly as Blizzard intended them to be used.
Landing, picking up. Bunny will be the first player to use those, upgraded mechanic rotors. I forget what the actual name of the upgrade is, that increases the morph time of some of your mech units.
Or decreases.
Decreases, yeah.
Increases, that would be a pretty bad upgrade.
Yeah, that would in fact be not a good upgrade. That would be a downgrade. So I'm actually really excited to see that upgrade in action. I've been playing a little bit of the test matchmaking.
Uh-huh.
Lets you play with all the cool new changes.
I just thought of an interesting idea. Sorry to cut you off. What if you could upgrade to downgrade your opponent's units?
Well, I feel like that would be a little bit abusive because when one player gets ahead, I think it would always be the better choice to downgrade your opponent's stuff.
It would have to be balanced a certain way, I'd say. But I feel like...
Sounds like a super toxic mechanic,
it would be an interesting way to like work into a strategy, right? Like, I'm going to decrease his or increase his morph time because I want to hit this certain timing, you know? Obviously, there would have to be a lot more thought put into it outside of the 30 seconds I thought about it.
No, that is a great caveat to add to your analysis. On the game at hand, which does not have that feature, thankfully enough, is one where Bunny is just really all over ByuN. Oh my God, even sniping that medevac there at the end, and ByuN plummets to 35, now 40 army supply. I don't know about that. It's really going to take a miracle to get ByuN back in this game.
Yeah, you can see his reaction. He is not happy right now. Honestly, can't really blame him, but I like that he actually shows us that emotion in the booth. Here comes Bunny with that big hammer that he's been building up. He's looking to swing it here as he moves in towards the third base, setting up a position on top of the high ground.
Mm-hmm. So at this point, I think ByuN's only real hope is to somehow stall Bunny and keep him from pressing in, build up as much as he can, and then come out with, I don't know, superior upgrades. He does have a vastly faster bio upgrade, so maybe he gets the +2/+2, it finishes, and he stims to win, but that seems highly unlikely. anytime I really just have to stretch for that player to
win condition.
Yeah, the win condition.
Yeah.
There you go.
You're like, well, Bunny has to make 5 mistakes, and ByuN has to be a literal god. And then maybe
and then
he
it'd be
has
totally
a chance. Yeah. Here we go. The Marines pushing on in. This time it is a game of numbers as the SCV is trying to help out here. Even the reinforcements looking to get in, but it's not enough.
GG, Bunny. 2 games in a row against ByuN, and wow, this is just such a night for upsets. We had Impact earlier with a sick upset over Sioux. And now we have Bunny 1 game away from taking a 3-1 victory over ByuN.
This guy is on fire. I mean, Bunny, the hype is real for him here, at least in SSL, as he crushed through the first stage, is now crushing in the second stage. Still does have to win the final game against ByuN. This isn't over just yet. ByuN can win 2 in a row. But I think the thing that makes it seem unlikely to me is that his condition doesn't look very good. And it is getting late, right? Bunny's like eyes wide open, so into it, you know, ready to go. But ByuN's like, oh, I couldn't take a nap. I'm sick.
No naps allowed.
I'm dying, you know. Or at least he feels that way, perhaps.
Well, at least the games have been exciting enough so that hopefully nobody else out there is taking a nap. And if your friend is sitting next to you, wake him up. We've got potentially only 1 more game left here tonight, so it's going to be a shorter day, or shorter night rather here, maybe day where you are watching out there. Maybe for ByuN that'll be good. He can go get some sleep and rest up for his next match. I think he has an online tournament tomorrow, though, so no rest for the weary. And at this point, ByuN definitely kind of looks that way. For Bunny, he is calm, cool, collected, keeping it 300 as we get into our 4th game of the series. Yeah! Bunny versus Rockets. This will be
here we go.
Another in a fine line of ByuN nicknames.
Fly Butterfly, Jin Air. Down on the bottom right, this is Bunny going for an early quote-unquote scout. And up in the top left, this is ByuN.
Ooh, that was
close.
Pretty good. Now, ByuN, I was talking about his nicknames. I just pulled up a comprehensive list. Let me hit you with some of these.
Okay.
So, the first name, this is where I found out about ByuN. He was one of the first players on the clan Xenex. And he named himself Excrement. And then he went to, like his hair is now, and he went to Bleach. So it was next Bleach. And then it was Dong. And then, then Ghost is Dong with 2 Ds in front.
Okay.
Ghost King Prime.
You know what that actually means, right? It means excrement, if you will.
Well, there we go.
Dong with 2 Ds.
Just the Korean version. Then Ghost King Prime. Then Campanella.
And apparently in this game, Scout King Prime, as he scouts the proxy.
The most powerful SCV in the world. And then Puppy King.
Puppy King, nice.
Yeah, big fan of Puppy King. Probably my favorite
Where's the
player
Byuppy?
name.
If he had the Byuppy with him in the booth, I mean, he'd be pumped
Oh,
up.
3-0 easy. You get the Byuppy in there.
Byuppy power. Well, Bunny going to use that SCV that he had across the map for being annoying, blocking that CC for a while.
Well, there is still that 1 proxy barracks, so maybe still use that. I would hope that you just build 1 Reaper and then float it back home. He is instead going for building 2 Reapers, and hey, they are going to get there a little bit faster, so.
Yeah, just a little bit. Gets that first shot on the Reaper. Now getting to work on this SCV, trying to find whatever value that he can.
Yeah, and you really do have to be very careful. We already saw a game in which that early Reaper control really cost ByuN. It feels like it cost him the entire, was it game number 2 against Bunny?
Yeah.
But does have to be very, very wary. And he already knows that these Reapers are coming out of a proxy barracks, so it's going to really put him on edge. Oh, that last shot goes off for Bunny, and once again, ByuN will be punished for building a low ground command center.
Oh boy. Somehow, some way, Bunny able to make this work against our micro king in ByuN.
If these were Legos or Wings of Liberty Reapers, that command center would be dead in like 2 seconds.
All their grenades being lunged.
It was like plus, I forget the exact bonus number, but it was actually insane bonus damage versus buildings.
Yeah.
Wow, a nice over-the-wall shot. And ByuN will break out and save his own base. He'll finish his command center, but it actually looks like it will be kind of commensurate with the timing there for Bunny. That's the word of the day today, Valdez.
Commensurate.
Commensurate.
There you go, write it down. One Cyclone can actually defeat all of those units. It is pretty good, I have heard. He's going to lose a bunch of building time on this barracks, unfortunately for Bunny. Had to fly it all the way back home and eventually get those upgrades. I guess the Cyclone actually can't win against all these units.
No, I mean, it's doing a good job. I mean, it took so many shots and just keeping on. Does have a Cyclone buddy. They will be able to defend with the power of friendship. An unbreakable bond, especially when you put your 4 hands together and draw a smiley face on top of it. It's the most powerful version.
Here we go.
Right here. 2 versus 1 on the Cyclone count. Winds up trading pretty evenly, but landing that Viking, going to secure the defense. Bunny, iron tight for now.
I love the Viking usage. Airtight. Yeah,
airtight, ironclad. That's what I was going for.
Iron tight.
It's just
interesting.
It's as tight as literal metal. Okay.
I suppose the molecules are close together. I don't really know how solids work.
How do you exist on this planet? I don't know how 1 out of 3 forms of matter work.
Yeah, I don't understand it, guys. It doesn't make any sense to me. Nice little trade there for ByuN. He's actually going to kill that Cyclone. Only loses 1 Reaper.
I don't know what liquids are. How do I have this in my body?
I didn't graduate from 6th grade, guys.
You just went straight into esports?
Yeah, just direct. I grew up studying esports. That's what I did. We got this Banshee out on the map. Actually, a bit of a late timing is Bunny with these Banshees, but definitely could catch ByuN off guard. I mean, there's an engineering bay, but no turrets. So we really have to take a look at the timing of the mules that come down. Looks like there are a couple mining here at the natural right now, and there is 1 Cyclone, but it's kind of hilarious the lack of damage that actually gets done by a Cyclone to 1 Banshee.
Turns out, especially if it can cloak, it just cloaks, and the Cyclone just gets really sad. It's like, not only can I not attack it, I can't see it.
I mean, even if he scans first, it's like, well, okay. This isn't really doing any damage at all. Is he actually going to attack? Oh, it looks like he wants to fly out. Uh-oh. He's going to give this away with the Banshee on the right. Is he going
to cloak it, though? Looks like he actually just wants to run away. He will get out of range, but just waiting for the Banshees to hit. Finally. All right.
Missile turret is very close to being done.
Whoa.
It's going to finish just in time.
Man, ByuN not cutting any corners here. He is really on top of that. Nice scan to kill it off. Does finally complete that mission. The other Cyclone a little bit less effective, or the other Banshee less effective.
Now we'll see what the other one can get done here. Pick up and drop off.
Indecisive, man. Those Marines are going to be a little seasick. Or airsick.
Yeah. ByuN should be pretty happy that he took out both those Banshees with very small amounts of losses. Bunny is just like iron tight, as you said before.
Really?
He's got tanks in the main. He's got units in the main besides tanks, aka Marines. And now he is going to be pushing out against a ByuN who is already in the middle of the map.
I'm glad that ByuN is being active, and it looks like his forces are coalescing here for a big push to try to either put pressure on or deny this 3rd base. Hasn't really even come into fruition. I do like that Bunny has been safe with his command center construction and not tried to optimistically place it there on the low ground.
1 Viking pushes everything back.
That's what we like to call air advantage, Valdez.
There you go. Oh, nice stim timing coming in when that 1 tank is not siege. He's going to snipe a 2nd one already. Definitely going to be worth it in the end, sniping those 2 tanks.
And of course, way more behind it here for ByuN. I think there's 5 tanks sieged all up right next to each other. This time it's their turn for the power of friendship to be enough to push ByuN back, and hopefully enough to secure this 3rd base, which ByuN has already placed behind this push.
Yeah, I mean, ByuN already has an orbital that's up and mining with 60 workers. That's really where this supply advantage goes for Bunny, or rather for ByuN, is that he is 14 workers ahead currently. Is a bit behind when it does come to the army supply, but not too much. And there we go. Looks like the... What? The main was actually floated out to the 3rd before it was fully mined out.
Hey, maybe
I think that's the first time I've ever seen a move like that.
You have to leave the seeds of the minerals behind so they grow into new mineral trees.
That's true.
That's what happens. If you mine it completely
I like the way
out,
you think.
Yeah. If you mine it out, there's nothing left behind. Leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but pictures, Valdez.
Okay.
That's my mining philosophy. It's just
as
horrible
as that
as that
what
saying.
you're talking about.
Have you never seen that in national parks? It's supposed to be like conservationists or something.
Yeah. Something like that. Lots of tanks here for Bunny. I think he's definitely got a higher number than ByuN when it comes to this game. I think that's where his advantage will truly be. Unlucky Cyclone.
Yeah, that was...
Couldn't fit into the medevac. It was too fat.
That Cyclone made a mean comment about ByuN in another life. It's like, no, you lose in this one. This is pretty optimistic pressure from ByuN. He's just trying to keep Bunny on his toes. I guess it's being effective, but I mean, behind this, ByuN is continuing to, get that advantage. He's double upgrades,
triple upgrades.
Wow, double
no
bio
upgrades for Bunny.
Lots of upgrades beat less upgrades, Valdez.
It's true.
I figured it out. 4th base as well.
I think this is really the timing, though. Bunny, he has a lot of tanks in this mix. If he can win a big fight, he's definitely not out of this game just yet, guys.
But you can't indecisively push out against ByuN because you know he's just going to pincer you behind this, and indeed that is exactly what's happening. It's not a planetary, it's an orbital. It's already being forced to be lifted. Pressure in the natural as well. But ByuN is not being indecisive. Oh my god, he just GG's out. Great decision making there by ByuN to go for the counter, and I guess similarly, maybe not so great for Bunny to decide to take that time to push.
Good decision on the GG timing. I do like that one, the siege into immediate GG. It's pretty nice. Just get that done right away.
I'm not a big fan.
He knew. I mean, he wasn't going to win that fight. He wasn't going to win the fight back at home. He was too far behind at that point, so just goes ahead and is a good guy, ends that game right away. We are going into our first Game 5 of the night.
I want a Game 5 for it to be, and probably our most evenly matched series. I expected our first series of the night to be pretty rough, and instead it was like the opposite of our predictions, and Impact doing very well. And then we had our next series in which Jockji just kind of faltered. He had like a moment of brilliance, and then it all came crashing down. And now we just get to see kind of a struggling ByuN, and I feel like sometimes even maybe ByuN does better from behind when he knows he really just has to put all of himself into the game and do everything that it takes to come back and win, and in many ways he's been doing that, fighting back to even up the score.
Yeah, very nicely done. Curious to see who's going to end the night happy and actually take the win.
Our viewers.
Well, yeah, I mean, they will 100%, but when talking about these players, I don't know, I like the comeback there from ByuN. I feel like he kind of woke up from his stupor, and he was like, okay, let's actually do this. Let's not win this series. Let's go straight into this one and take a big win. He buys himself a map 5 as we hop onto Frost for our last game of the night.
Here we go. We finally get a TBT on Frost. In the bottom left, in the red, this is Bunny. No longer a dust bunny. We've swept him out from under the bed. Now he's just hopping around. His opponent in the blue is ByuN. Playing for Team Rocket.
Yeah, Team Rockets.
He's out there to steal all your Pokemons. Because
That's such a good shirt.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
And yet so profound.
Yeah. It's like rockets. How do they work?
Yeah, man. You ever, like, think about rockets and stuff? No, like, rockets.
Rockets.
You just gotta emphasize it.
What do bees think of rockets? If bees see rockets, what do they think?
Probably something along the lines of bzzz.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with that one.
I hope we don't get any bees in the chat from that. I hate it when my...
Bees in the chat.
Yeah.
Bees in the chat.
No, thank you, Valdez. You and your taste of terrible music can go elsewhere.
I don't actually think I've listened to that song, like, in full, ever.
Thank goodness. That's why
like,
you're
I
still
think
basically
if it's
sane.
on, it's off immediately. But people have said that to me before. That line from the song. I don't even know who recorded the song, whose idea that was to actually make that song. But I think you and I, in the span of about 5 minutes, could make a better song.
I feel like the sound of our voices, our melodious, dulcet tones, count as better music than that. So not an option, not a question. We've already answered it. Okay, so ByuN is building another low ground command center. Those have not been his friend this series, but it is probably going to have a better lifespan this time around. As they are spawning across positions on Frost. We might just get a long macro game.
Yeah. It's nice. It's feeling good. It's Reaper versus Reaper.
Or just Reaper versus environment. This is the true PvE.
Reaper versus environment. Go play some Warcraft.
RVE, yeah.
Go play some other game.
It took me forever when I first heard PvE to figure out what the E was. It was like
To stop calling
player
it
versus everyone?
Yeah.
That doesn't sound fair or fun.
Player versus elephant.
Those poor elephants.
Well, no elephants in this game. Just
we don't even have any elephant critters.
Actually, for Bunny.
What is this, a TVZ build?
Looks like it.
Watch him build Banshee next.
Yeah?
I'm waiting for it.
Here you go.
There's a tech lab. It's completed.
Building was getting in the way of the other building.
A little bit of a swaparino there.
Swap-a-doodle-doo.
Is that what
the lineup
say?
Oh, this is so nice.
Oh, right out of the air. No access denied.
No scouting at all. He has no idea. He lost both of his Reapers.
Do not press.
Turns out it's a Raven.
Yeah. Wow, so great defense there by Bunny. Airtight when he goes. See, I got it right that time. When he's on the defense, when he's on the attack, he is just doing a really good job there too. Not a whole lot of bad things you can say about Bunny, which truly is the way that it should be. If you guys are saying bad stuff about bunnies, then I don't know. I feel like you're just a bad person at that point. Those are strictly love and support animals.
Agreed. Well, we do have these Hellions moving across the map. This is so interesting. You don't really get to see this too often, but it could just be going mech. As I say that, he starts stim. Never mind. It doesn't even look like he wants to do anything with his Hellions.
I mean, it's map control for now.
Keep them alive.
So nothing will be out there marauding our world of Frost, which is now oddly being beset by Hellions. No, I agree with you. I would have expected maybe like the battle mech transition, especially with the Cyclone Hellion. It's an interesting way to open, but maybe trying to switch things up and make his opponent think that he's going this battle mech when in fact there's a big bio ball behind it.
I think the SSL Mosquito got me. He got me on the foot.
On the foot?
He's not happy with my sandal wearage.
You're a monster, SSL Mosquito.
Okay, here we go. The Hellions coming in.
Whoa, lining them up. All the value. No, the humanity. The world ends.
Attack
with
the
you,
SCVs, please.
What are these Hellions doing? No.
Okay, he's going to get sick value anyway at the
there
end of
we
it
go.
all.
13 finally fall. I mean, Bunny, or ByuN rather, or, no, Bunny rather, will lose quite a bit of his army, down to 15 army supply, but 13 SCVs down for ByuN.
Very nice. Just lost a bunch of his Hellions to do that, which, I mean, you know, a bunch of minerals, it's not really that bad, but he's really going to set the economy behind here for Bunny, or rather for ByuN. Don't really get to see moves like that too often in this matchup.
Bad day to be that Marine. He does take one for the team to scout the Cyclones coming out, and this counterattack from ByuN should be pretty strong. Now, ByuN did leave forces back home. I love the first Marine to tank that tank shot. Double Cyclones, DPSing it down. Unfortunately, pulling the boys, and with new fresh Marine reinforcements, Bunny will have plenty behind this. Drops that Cyclone, picks it back up, boosts away, and ByuN might be able to escape here alive. Boost doesn't last forever.
Needs to drop and stim here. Still on the chase. Doesn't look like he's going to get that. Oh, it's really close. Looks like he actually will at the end of it all.
Well, you get the Cyclone too. Oh my god, what is that, a Warp Prism?
I know, that was crazy. That looked really far away.
That range. I don't know how he does it. ByuN just able to pick up, get out, and even saves the Cyclone. So very well done. ByuN with an ill-fated attack, and after having taken those worker damages early, you wouldn't necessarily expect to see him with a worker lead right now, but he does. Up to 50 at the 7.5 minute mark. Now, as long as he defends against these attacks coming in from Bunny and this double dropships, he should be fine.
Yeah, might be a little bit too much to ask, though. We'll see if he is ready in the main. Looks like he is. There's a tank. Wow, the range on that one. Looks like the Marines are going to be saved at the end of it all.
Wow, so ByuN just holds it perfectly. He's got a counter drop of his own, and there is no tank already set up here for Bunny. He's going to have to pull his Marines over, but I think there's actually might just be more. Okay, there's the tank. It was in a dropship. Didn't see it, guys. Sorry. Fortunately,
the Marines cannot kill that supply depot. Their guns do not reach far enough.
Which is an odd sentence to say, because I think it's the bullets that don't reach far enough. But
true.
In the end.
They can't throw those guns that far either. That's what I was really talking about.
Here we go. If 2 doesn't work, go for 4. The siege tanks are still sieged, but this time the Marines will be able to get on top of them, taking out one. The second one behind survives to continue to deal damage. That might just barely allow ByuN to hold. No. In the end, it is Bunny's drop that survives.
Yeah, really nice drop there. I was a little bit scared for the drop straight into 2 tanks, but man, he got the courage up, and it did work at the end of it all. Bunny taking a huge supply lead, now looking for even more damage, but not in position to stop these Marines of getting even more of this chip damage.
Oh, man, not a good time to be an SCV in ByuN's army. Lots more casualties going down. And finally, at the end of everything, Bunny's drop will be cleaned up, but not before terrible, terrible damage has been done.
Look at this parade push. He's getting ready to end this game and get his own parade going after defeating ByuN tonight. 41 Marines to 18.
It's another one of these lots versus not a lot games, Valdez.
Many versus not so many.
There you go.
That's the way I like to describe it.
We have articulated the exact situation.
Okay, he's just looking to stim in here. There's only 1 tank. Even with all the SCVs being pulled, it looks like it's not going to be enough.
And indeed, it will not, Valdez. Even more workers going down. Bunny's push survives. ByuN's lonely tank will be taken out.
Look at Bunny. He's happy, man. He's going to be hippity-hopping out of the studio tonight.
Big sighs from ByuN. You can see him obviously very emotional about losing this game. And, you know, he hasn't lost it yet, but he knows he is at an incredible disadvantage and just trying to hold on for as long as he can. Bunny is prying his fingers off the cliff.
GG.
GG. And that is going to do it. Bunny, super happy and very well-deserved victory. A 3-2 win over ByuN.
He's also wearing shorts, so he's cool like
Hey,
us.
man, he's got the shorts power.
Yeah, ByuN is extremely unhappy, taking a couple of rough losses today. One time to Innovation, another time to ByuN.
Yep.
Not seeming to have much fun in the TVT matchup nowadays.
I think truly the people who had the most fun are every player that won, the viewers, and also fashion designers out there who now know the next style that's going to sweep the world by storm.
Shirt and tie with shorts.
Short and tie with shorts. You got to have collars.
What if shorts had ties?
We put ties.
What if you put your tie
shorts?
not here but down there?
God, literal mind blown. You guys should all
go
right
ahead
on that. Yeah. If you guys got ties and shorts, just put them together. It's what's been chosen for us today. Also, make sure to pull your socks way, way up so that you too can be as cool as SSL casters. It's a solid strat.
I like the idea. Someone's going to steal that and make it.
Eventually, I don't even know a fashion designer.
A fashion designer?
Yeah.
No, neither do I.
Oh, okay. Well, one of them will obviously
is like Calvin
steal this
Klein
from us.
A fashion designer? He is. And he just made his own line?
Like Vera Wang.
Nice. Do you want to say something?
You want to come talk? Quintaneo. Okay.
Okay. See you later. He says he's not English, so that's a bit unfortunate for you guys. Bunny not able to come up here and articulate his thoughts on the game.
Well, he articulated them in-game, so you got to hear what Bunny had to say by watching his domination.
He's been working in the gym. He's been working on his StarCraft. It's okay. His English can be lacking. We forgive him. It's okay.
We were very striated before, but now things are a little bit messier in the SSL Stage 2 rankings. Bunny and ByuN up there at the top of Bunny with an unstoppable 3-0 lead.
Man, this guy is on fire. I was saying it before. I thought ByuN and Sue, that would be the real challenge, the big matchup between these two to see who's going to take first place. But man, Bunny, Bunny already on top here, not taking a single loss and making it hard for those two titans in ByuN and Sue to take that first place spot.
What a way that things have shaped up. But this is going to be a look at our first round of Premier playoffs. Really excited to watch the final 4 players in SSL Premier duke it out. And at the beginning of our Gauntlet playoffs, we have Deer taking on Dark. And then, of course, coming up next week.
Oh, man, I almost died.
SSL Challenge, Rogue, ByuN, Sue, Bunny, Impact, and Jockji take to the field again for your amusement.
Deer versus Dark, the battle of the two big Ds. Who's going to take that one? What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, it's not, the quality of player, it's the quality of the games. I think we really learned that tonight. You just really cannot predict it. I think a lot of people would probably say Dark is maybe favored there, but that's why we play the games, to learn things like the fact that Bunny can overtake ByuN in a narrow 3-2 series.
And Rapid looks fantastic in shorts.
And socks.
Yeah. I love the socks. Perfect.
Just gets better and better.
Yeah.
So thanks for everybody out there who put up with our amazing fashion and, of course, hopefully enjoyed the fantastic games tonight. If you have any feedback on our fashion or our casting, we'd love to hear what you have to say. So you can head on over to Twitter and tweet at RapidCasting or at Brendan Valdez with an S on the end and let us know what you thought about today's fantastic episode of SSL Challenge.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We only got 2 weeks left until the end of SSL Challenge.
Not a lot. And then there's Fastlane after that.
Yeah.
Lots of StarCraft.
Premier's coming to an end as well.
Yeah, you guys do not want to miss SSL Premier. We are in the playoffs, and those start on Monday. Monday.
Pretty cool. We did our after-hours video for Deer versus Dark as well.
Yeah, that was last week.
Yeah, just a 5-minute quick one. I think we made some pretty good points in there about what we're thinking.
I would like to think so as well.
I think we both predicted Dark to take the victory.
It's a pretty safe prediction.
Yeah. But Deer definitely can come in with some upsets. I mean, that guy's been on fire.
All right, well, thanks for watching, everybody. That's going to do it for us tonight. Have a great morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. We'll see you next time.
will ever